I was just watching the Breakfast Club video with them interviewing Boosie, and they were basically calling Boosie out for his comments on Lil Nas X kissing on stage. That negative music video he had, the situation with the baby, and even his words towards Dwayne Wade's son. The whole time, the Breakfast Club is basically trying to get Boosie to mince his words, to go back on his words, to change his stance ever so slightly. And Boosie wasn't having it. He's like, listen, man, I'm a man. I stand on what I say. I mean what I say, and no one can cancel me. And he says, listen, no one can cancel me because I own the majority of everything that I do. And that's another thing that we should talk about as well, because you need to be able to own something. You need to have control of your own financial destiny, because today, if you went into your job and your boss was feeling like an asshole, he basically could say, you're fired, and your whole world is topsy-turvy, especially if you're living paycheck to paycheck, or even if you have a few months savings, you can burn through that pretty quickly. So back to the topic at hand. I 100% agree with Boosie. He was saying that, listen, these are grown adult things. They shouldn't be introduced to children at a young age. He feels like there's an agenda that they're pushing on the children. And listen, if you're an adult and you want to do whatever you want to do, by all means do it. But I just don't think we should be introducing sexuality to young children, right? When I was 9-10 years old, I didn't know much of anything. Maybe about 12, 13, I started to hear, little sexual comments, kids would say or whatever. But these children at this age, they know a lot more than we knew as children. And, I just wasn't feeling it. They just kept pressing him, trying to get a different answer. And he wouldn't back down. Okay. What you do in your bedroom is what you do in your bedroom, right? Like, listen, if I told you, look, I like to get my balls tickled when I get fellatio, that's TMI, right? So why does everything that happens, in the LBGT world, why does this sexuality have to be put at the forefront? Why do I have to see you kissing a man? Why do I have to see this and that? It's just a little too much out there, And I have a gay friend, and he somewhat agrees that, like, it's a little too out there in this day and age, So once again, I 100% agree with Boosie. We need to stand on our words. And I feel like in this day and age, we are kind of being persecuted for being straight. Like, it's like if you're not gay, it's like you're against gay people. And that's ridiculous, man. You don't have to be against gay people just because you don't agree with some of the antics and some of the shenanigans that some of these people do for attention. Lil Nas X, so I don't know, man, where the world is going. But I think, kids need to stay in a kid's place. I didn't see anything wrong with what Boosie said about Dwayne Wade's son. All he said is, don't let that boy have a sexual change this early in life. Let him do that when he's an adult, so that way he doesn't have any, what's the word I'm looking for? He doesn't have any regrets, because your mind as a child is undeveloped. You see things and want to do things, and then later on in life, you might say, wow, I'm so glad I didn't do that. Or you might say, wow, that was a big mistake. And some mistakes can't be taken back. So, I'm not questioning his son's sexuality. I'm sure he knows what he likes. But if he wants to change into a woman, that should be something that he should do when he's an actual adult, So you can check out the Breakfast Club video and see exactly what I'm saying. I'm so glad that Boosie stands on his words. And he's not backing down, and we need more men and more people to do that. Stand for what you believe in. Okay, it's your boy Mr. Rice. If you knew better, you do better. I'll holler. And one more thing, the Breakfast Club, they used to push boundaries. They were new media at one point, and now they basically just pander to the LGBT society. And I understand that, just like everybody else, they support their show. But, dude, you can't have an opinion against the mainstream now without being persecuted. And you can see how people conduct their interviews, that they're scared to offend a certain part of society. And I'm just gonna, leave it at that.